Make your selection. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you will not be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. Number 1. Participation. You will be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week. Oh my god. That is double overtime. 80 hours a week divided by 7? That's over 11 hours per day without weekends off. Holy crap. Basically, eating, sleeping, working. And your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, or 2 persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. Oh, that's funny, because you assume that they can actually finish the project on time and have time to spare? I don't know how likely that is. Number 2 of your options. Indefinite detention. Somebody didn't spell check. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh Plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. Medical euthanasia. Remember those people who took the medicine and died in the ruins. Number 3. Immediate medical euthanasia. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. Oh my god, that's too much for me to read this sentence. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice, or if you have further questions. They basically just kidnapped the brightest minds of humanity and forced them to make these choices. All 3 of these are crappy. When we think about stuff like global warming, sometimes we get, what's the thing that people use? They're like, oh, you should do this because then you're creating a greener earth so that your kids, your descendants can live. And I think when people tell that to you, you usually think about your kids or your grandkids, or at the very maximum, your great-grandkids. But in this instance, we're talking about something 1,000 years into the future. That's really far removed from their current time, and it's hard, like, you don't have that motivation, like, I gotta do this to save humanity, because it really doesn't concern you at that point. For debriefing after presentation 2. It is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion and without value judgment on the part of the counselor. This makes sense because if you force people to do this, they might put some random crappy virus in it or something. Not that they would have the incentive to, but you don't know what people would do, because people are people. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively in the face of an overwhelming threat. Yeah, not a bad idea. A lot of these bright minds, they love challenges. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection, validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses, emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just of humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, candidates may balk at the morality of extending their lifespans and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. Validate their hesitation. Acknowledge that, while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. If possible, redirect their ethical misgivings towards greater commitment to the project. When candidates challenge the possibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Dr. Sobek's presentation as many times as they wish, and allow access to supplemental articles G01 to P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process this documentation. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period, during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the procedure is scheduled to take place. No one will be euthanized against his or her will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse their decision, after which the decision is irrevocable. Oh my god. This is just too much to take in. The FAS guy.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard, to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
I'm sure that's not the only type of reaction here. The Environmental Reclamation PhD.
If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timor. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You'd grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized.
Wow.
A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
For somebody with no family, yeah, they don't really see the draw of why they should do this. Aerospace engineering, Ron Felder.
Is he to make sure I behave this time?
Security, for your protection.
The violent guy.
Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. Flabbergasted. Like my old man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. This kind of blue skying, it's... Jesus! I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
This guy probably got confined. Damn. Did somebody say something here earlier? I'm sure they're just showing us samples of how each person reacted. But of the small sample that we've heard, it's not very reassuring that 2 people already don't want to work on this. Stranded shackles. I was told that this is a reference to Death Stranding, which is pretty cool. It's because they use the same engine, the Decima engine, for the game. Can I go in here or is there glass? Oh, there's no glass. Wait, what is this place though? Is this what confinement looks like? Seems like that's that then. Calm. That was all pretty shocking already. Could you make it any worse? Oh no. Why am I being given stuff? Nothing over here, right? Nothing up top? I don't think so.
Intruder! Get her!
Please tell me.
Whatever
This is
you
it.
do, don't die now.
That's one way to put it. Maybe not the most beautiful way, but it's one way. Let's use some of this stuff. But I also have to start shooting them a little bit. Oh, why can't I see them? That's weird. Whoa! Oh, this is hard. And they're all heavy guys too. I should knock a few arrows. Yes. And they're not really coming over here for my traps. Fine, I'll take them back. Are they just gonna stay there though?
Let this
I'm calm. It feels like only one of the arrows has to hit. Maybe I should try these arrows for the more damage. Yep. It's quite a bit more.
Believe before.
Finally walk over here? A little too late. Tom Pig.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake.
Power's down.
I'll do the
Is there
dirty
another
work.
route?
I've
But I
done this
want
before.
no part of this
Just remain
pathetic
focused.
attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe anyway.
She just walked near the door and said that the power is down. We need to restore power. Okay, well, this guy, even though he's earning the right to go to Elysium, he's still choosing not to go. These smart guys, you don't know how they react. It's just, they don't really react how we might think they would.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now? And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair, not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Ah, maybe that's why these interviews are in their own little section here, because these are their offices. Those other people, they didn't really get their own offices.
Try me now.
Here we go. Is it really a reward, though? Being able to go to Elysium? Maybe not. Everybody you've ever known, aside from 2 people, have to die. And you're living in this confined area, knowing that everything outside is going to hell, has gone to hell, will never not be hell. Travis Tate.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
It's a very individualistic hacker guy. Well, whatever your motivations are, as long as you're willing to help. Whatever. Is that just a reflection? Alright. There's not too much else here. Going down there is not a good idea, is it? Okay. Oh god, the power. That's locked.
Here we go. Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
Please.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
So it's backwards.
Save these for the trail.
At least one of those sets of messages. Error detected. Settings transposed. Whoa. There's 5. Yeah. Whoa. Hey.
There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Well, we're not doing anything if one of them is missing. What about this one? Up. Left. Down. Right. Left. Down. Right.
Done. I should check the door nearby.
Oh, yep, that's open now. We have the brightest of minds here, but somebody who installs some node on backwards. How do you even get motivated for this, though? Oh, you know that you're living for your death. You're living for humanity's death. Can I get an extra power cell here for my own use? That would be pretty cool.
Found one. Looks intact.
Emitter. Oh, how do I get that? Oh. There's a rope right here. Hey, give me my power cell. I just need a power cell, please.
That should do the trick.
Still works.
Now
1,000
let's
years
get that
later.
door open.
Not too bad. Up, right, down. Right, down, left, up. Right. Down. Left. Oh, is it not backwards? They mentioned it being backwards, but, have I not done it that way? Up, right, down, left, up. Oh, you mean, oh, the whole thing is installed on back, like, upside down. Upside down. Because usually the words are, oh, it's off now, but it's usually up top. Okay, I see. So I gotta flip this down. It's down, left, up. So everything is reversed. Down, left, up. I guess this is right. And then down.
That did it. Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
That really is some level of incompetence. Oh. Oh. Kidding me. How did they get in here?
Eclipse. They're here.
Oh.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Let's try to be careful in here. So these are the Eclipse. They're not the Kestrels. There's probably more than just 3 people here to be— oh, shoot. There's probably more than 3 people here, to be honest. Whoa, don't give me that, please. Let's get that small guy first. That guy has a thing on his back. Maybe I want to burn it. Because I haven't tried that before. Oh, crap.
Uh-oh!
Ah, I thought... That's fine! This is fine! This is fine!
A gift from the shadow. Just had you.
Ooh, he won't fall! Well, that went exactly the way I envisioned it. That's fine. Oh. Crap. We'll come here and see the bodies. No, there's a freaking rock right there. Oh, what? Where is his head?
Out of the light.
I mean, they've basically seen me already. I don't know. Maybe we're okay. I just don't want every single person to notice me at the same time. That's all. There's 2 more lackeys and 1 heavy. That person's behind the... Do you have a thing on your back? A blaze thing?
Don't waste my time. I'm gonna find you anyway.
Okay. You like that?
That's the last of them.
Alert. H-lock structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
What the hell does that mean? Are you kidding me? Okay, we gotta get that. We gotta get the big gun. The big gun.
Bleed for the shadow.
Big gun.
You will not escape the shadow.
Oh, you're right here.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
I thought he was behind the rock. No. How the heck did they get in here? They dropped in from above or something.
Got too much already.
Yep. Gaia's on the 2nd floor, but why are the Eclipse here? Do they want her?
Alert. Structural failure prevents access.
Okay. Not much we can do about that. I'm trying to get up there. We've been wandering around here for a while. The Eclipse. Hey, this looks like one of those things at the cauldron. Simulation results from Margot Shen to Elizabeth. Wow, you really weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional, they feel almost like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind. as though she's already mourning their loss. And not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil record too. References to megafauna in some of her designs. So cool. Oh, are they talking about the animals that Gaia is simulating? Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. I just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. Hephaestus, that's the AI at the cauldron. Now we know. So Gaia makes up the plans, Hephaestus builds them. When we see machines normally, they're just supposed to mimic animal life on Earth. And yeah, I think we talked about this earlier too, really long time ago, how the machines were basically like
Hello,
animals.
I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, a Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
Well, to account for some of the reasons why the machines attack us, that's because some animals in nature attack us, right? Like crocodiles. Those are normal. But, I see what you mean though. I was thinking this whole time that, they were all the animals were okay. Or all the machines were okay. Just that them being corrupted is not okay. But Aloy's actually bringing up the point that Gaia shouldn't be making designs like Thunderjaws, because that's a killing machine. That's not really something to repopulate the Earth with. Stalkers, Ravagers, those are like war machines. Full steam ahead. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. Like, you are who you are. Like, have some confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry Core and the Foundry site selection plan, add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail. Consult with Iomide Okilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus's first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes, so any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan. Elizabeth. Right, the deactivation codes. They estimated that it would take half a century to make, but it's been a lot of centuries now. So what went wrong there? They haven't been deactivated yet. This is where they were doing Hephaestus stuff.
I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
I'm not sure what you're looking at exactly. But yeah, just in case if we forgot that Hephaestus is where the cauldron stuff was. What about the other functions, though? Not too sure about those ones. Just now, they mentioned that the derangement was 10 to 15 years ago. After Aloy was born. Because I'm pretty sure Aloy is older than 15. At least I think she is. So no, the times didn't really coincide. Did I miss any data points? Because I did see that in the log, there were a few empty spaces. Oh, what is this?
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
Oh, the special glass. We can't read through it. Okay. No, that would be too easy. Of course, there's no door there.
More eclipse.
Careful now.
You must be joking me. How many are we missing? Just because I know... Oh crap, we might be missing a data log here. Dang it. Well, whatever. Hopefully it won't be... It's not too big of a deal. No, that's gonna bother me forever. Oh, these two. God damn it. We'll check back. We'll check back, I think. Should I check back now? You know what? Let me quickly check back to make sure we haven't missed anything back there. Alright, I've been back, but I couldn't find anything. So, I'm starting to think it might actually just be these inside the office here. I'm not too sure. We'll have to see. And if it's not, then I guess that's just too bad. Did the eclipse leave in the meantime? Hell no. You think I could shoot them through the cracks? That would be kind of cool. Yeah, if I can just shoot them from here. They can't get me. I want to test it on a lackey. None of them are really walking over here, though. This one. Oh, if I can get fire. Of course. Why did I expect that it would go through? It's very pretty, though. That's fine. We'll do this the hard way. So that's Gaia in the center? Oh. Encapsulated DNA. Of course this would be the missing one. Samina Ibaji to Elizabeth Sobek. And the winner is Encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions, magnetic, optical, quantum, even that Eternity tech that FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure, past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. 40 zettabytes, isn't that how much Ted Farrow's office, that databank, held? There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, We'll need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at negative 18 degrees Celsius for 1,000 years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed, propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction? It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as a hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much ado. Until next time, peace be with you, Samina. Okay, Apollo is something that we have not come across at all. So maybe something went wrong with the storage. Or maybe we just haven't found it yet. Who knows?